Since I was a young boy, like many, I've always had a fascination with the Thylacine, otherwise known as the Tasmanian Tiger. Those that have followed my channel since the beginning will remember an experience we had in 2012. While out trail riding, my brother and I came across a skull on the banks of the creek in northwest Tasmania. As we were two young naive dirt bike riders, we thought we'd found what looked like a Tasmanian tiger skull, which could have easily led to the possibility of the Thylacine still existing in the wild in more recent years. Our find within days attracted international headlines, which led us to further investigation, and we took the skull to be examined by scientists at the Launceston Museum. Unfortunately, the skull was identified as a common canine with no actual identification on the breed, and our hopes of a longer existence of the Thylacine were shattered. For the past 4 years I've been hunting gold in some of the most remote areas of Tasmania, and I quite frequently get asked if I've ever seen the Tasmanian tiger. Something in the back of my mind has always prompted me to give some time to the subject, and when the opportunity arrived, there was no way I was going to turn it down. Like myself, my mate Rob Parsons shares the same common interest in the Thylacine, and this summer organised a 9-day itinerary into Tasmania's southwest in search of any possible evidence of the Tasmanian tiger's existence. The problem was, until we were leaving, I had no idea where we were going to spend the next 9 days. All I was told was to make sure I've got enough food for the duration, tie on a pack raft and bring a mask and snorkel. Here he is. Morning.
Hey mate.
We're about to go, are we?
We are.
Awesome.
I'm about to tell you where we're heading.
Oh, it's about time. I've only been waiting 12 months.
I've got to say, you're a bit of a mad dog. Who the hell signs up for a week-long trip in the southwest without knowing where they're going? So we're driving now to Strawn, where we're going to meet Sam Gerrity, who helped with the headstone with Ron and Deb. So they've got Southwest Expeditions, which is like a charter company for rafters and stuff. Right. So they're going to pick some rafters up down at the Gordon tomorrow morning, but they're going to drop us off at Birches Inlet, which is in the south of Macquarie Harbour. Yep. Just south, basically direct south from Sarah Island. Oh wow. So we're going to get dropped off there, and there used to be a track that ran from Birches Inlet all the way down to Low Rocky Point, where they built a lighthouse in the 50s. Oh, cool. The bridges are all out on it, but we're going to follow that track for about 10 k's, and then we're going to get to the Spero River. Oh. Wow. Yeah, which is why we need the pack rafts.
I've always wanted to go there, actually.
Yeah.
Spero River, that's the Spero name is after
T.B. Moore's dog.
T.B. Moore's doggy.
One of them.
And one of his dogs called a Thylacine, and you see that Thylacine on his head as a hat in one of his photos.
That's right. Yeah. Spero and
we made it to Strawn, folks.
We need something for lunch.
We need sustenance. Oh, careful, man! You've got to come in hot on that car.
Oh, cram it, arsehole. Oh no, it's such a nice friend.
He's had enough of me after 2 hours of driving.
I got underneath one day, dug out a hole under there, and all it is a bear sitting on a ground.
Just before heading out, we stopped in to see local legends Crossy and his wife Von. Crossy's been exploring the Tassie bush for many years and has helped Rob and myself out with old tracks and trail information. And Von's always got some of the best coffee and cakes ready to go. It goes out the back too, you got the kitchen. Beautiful. Yeah. This is what our old Federation home up at Dunallen had, the kitchen just with the slanted roof off the back. Originally, it's all been changed now, but that'd be Billy or something, would it? Huon.
Yes.
Wonder what that'd just be hardwood. I wonder what's under that paint. Could be all sorts of nice timber.
1890.
Yes. It's documented as a fettless cottage. Yep. Yes. A railway worker's cottage. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, right.
And, Crossy and Von today. Stopped in before we're taking off. Thanks, guys.
Alright, we better head down.
Yeah, you better.
Hit the road. What do we call this one?
The Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
You'd learn a bit going with those professionals, but you've done it yourself.
Nah, when I spoke to you, so we'd just gotten back from a little 2-day one that we went out and filmed. Which all went pretty good, I think. We got good gold and did a lot of filming.
Yeah.
Be in that sucker.
Yeah. The previous owner had a buoy at Sarah Island, just off Sarah, in the deep water.
Yeah.
That you could tie to.
She's all about to take off, I think.
It's happening, homie.
It's happening, mate.
We're doing
Excited.
We're going down to Thylacine.
Thyla country. Meet legends Sean and Sam Geraghty, brothers from Strawn that run a tailored boat tour called Southwest Expeditions. These down-to-earth brothers can get you anywhere around Macquarie Harbour, the Gordon River and the rugged southwest coastline. Running their multiple boats, these guys were essential in helping us get to where we needed to be to start our epic adventure.
Yeah, it's quite busy at the moment. I mean, Aussie too.
Yeah, was good. Yeah, that was ripper. Middle of winter.
Yeah.
Woo! Righto, getting close to land. The boys are bringing us up into Birch's Inlet and they're going to drop their little tender out. Going to go in the dinghy and go right up in the inlet. Then we'll start making our way over to the Spero River.
And this thing, so yep, if you jump out here.
Yeah, up in there, Rob.
That's it, boys.
No worries.
So much.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, legends.
Too easy.
It's been awesome.
Good trip.
Good to
see
meet
you in a
you.
week.
Really enjoyed it.
See you on the other side
good
of the
start
week.
to the trip anyway.
Yeah.
Interesting to see how we get on from now on in. The journey had just begun. It was now a 13-kilometre hike along the old Rocky Point track, diverting off track for the last few kilometres down to the Spero River. And the question was, could we get it all done before dark? How's the first few Ks been, Rob?
Tiring.
Packs are running a bit heavy, aren't they?
Yeah.
First decent hill. Been admiring all this country off to the right, off the track, and yeah, definitely have no doubts it would have been Thyla country once upon a time, and hopefully could be something out there still. So we've just left this main track that we've been on. We started out right over there where the water is at Birch's Inlet, walked to here. We're now branching off on this ridge, no more track. Looks pretty good though, it's only ankle deep scrub so far. Got about an hour of sunlight and we're hoping to get right down over the other side to the Spero River and camp up for the night. And we'll need our water, so gonna try and get there. Fingers crossed it doesn't get too thick on us. The river in sight down in the valley there. You can see the big gravel bars on it. We're going to keep following the ridge a little bit further and before we drop in, and the river will be wide enough to start the pack rafting in the morning. We'll set up camp once we're there tonight.
Look at this view.
It's just insane.
This is insane.
One of the better ones. Calling on the Thylacine. How you loving it, boy?
I'm psyched on this, mate. We've got a week of this goodness. Surrounded by Thylacine's backyard. I don't know how many million acres of this type of vegetation and land. It's just Thyla hunting grounds central around here. We've seen heaps of footprints already of different game, scats everywhere, and not a single bounty was ever received from this area. So that tells me that there could potentially be some thylas around here. Just a little chance. I thought on the satellite image this was all sand and we just find tiger feet everywhere.
Yeah. Looks like we might be walking a lot of this river. Looks like a little game trail.
Just sat it there.
Rob's gone. What'd you set up? 3 trail cams? There's definitely a little track there, isn't there?
Any that are following this river at night will pop up on that cam. Be interesting. Could just get it first night, baby.
First night.
Call it
Celebrations and eat all the food and go home. Back up over the ridge. Here goes nothing.
That water. It's warm, hey?
It's not even cold.
I know.
What the? Don't fall over though. Moon up there, stars are out.
Damn, these things are slippery.
Yeah, they're shocking.
Insane.
But man, that water's nice. It's so good. It's just so refreshing, like
Yeah.
after the packs on the
Like a
shoulders.
hot spring, hey?
Yeah, well, for Tassie.
Because it's just been baking.
Like, yeah, like there's so much river rock and the sun's been out all day.
Oh damn, dude, we're living like kings out here. It's just like a lukewarm bath.
Look at the moon too, like.
Yeah. Out the middle of nowhere. We're savages.
No vegetation left. Bob's putting in the time over here. How's it going? That hill's right up in the distance where we dropped in. Ooh, what's that up the top there? Got some activity.
Really?
Something black up there.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 6 or 7 k's just to get to the rainforest. It looks quite steep in the beginning of the rainforest, so I'd imagine it'll be deeper.
Yep. Yeah, we'll just have to tackle all the gravel for the next couple of k's. Hopefully there's some flow after that. So about 2 k's to that gorge. Looks like it's about 3 on mine.
The middle of it.
2,
Yeah.
2.5 sort of thing. Oh, it's going to be an adventure. It's going to be amazing scenery.
So do you reckon we put the rafts in this morning after brekkie?
Nah, well, It's just going to be so much dragging though, because the water's so low. We're away on day 2, working our way down along the Spero River. This goes out for 25 k's out to sea. We'll do a good part of that today, and I think Rob's plan that we'll end up in the rainforest somewhere in amongst the huon pines where the old piners did work, and find somewhere to camp tonight. We won't get that 25 k's done today. Rainforest. Who knows what lies ahead, eh? Adventure, you know that much. This is the life.
Yeah, it's good.
First log jam. How many kilometres of this is there?
Hopefully not many. That's ridiculous.
Log jam here, another one back there. So sketchy. It looks like we can get under this one. Battle in here.
Male and female huon. Can't tell me there's no stylers around here.
I've got some old ex-NRS patchwork here. Luckily for Rob, I think we might get away with it, you know. Just after we'd come through the gorge section of the river, Rob snagged his pack raft up on a nasty stick, tearing a massive hole in the side of his raft. He was lucky because I had a large repair kit on board and we were back on the river in no time. Yeah, not good. Massive. We're lucky it's a nice hot day and sun's helping bond it pretty well. Seems to have worked, eh?
Oh yeah.
Good as new.
Yep. No bubbles or nothing coming out of it.
Excellent. We're right up in the heart of the Spero River now. Beautiful rainforest meets the white quartz sandstones and the tannin water. We just, every inch of this river is just incredibly beautiful. Alright, we've pulled up for the day. We thought we might stop in early and get a fire going and get set up for camp. I'm gonna sleep out here on the sand, pitch my tent there. I think Rob's just up in the bush above.
Way past my camp.
We're gonna go for a walk, go on the hunt for some trail cam ground up in the forest up there. Oh yeah,
There's a little game trail.
Something's definitely walked along that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh look, that's where the pine is.
Yeah, they've cut some
huons.
Got the huons here too. Look, there's one just sitting on its side. Put some bacon out. Yeah, look how well worn that is.
Yeah, it's probably an old track. It's probably an old pinus track.
Could be.
Surely.
The animals have just continued it on.
Yep.
This one here is a big huon. All twisted up. Huge big burl on it in the centre.
We'll go back, we'll cook some of that bacon up.
Cooking it over the fire will send some scent down the river too.
Yep.
Which might draw them in, and then if they follow their usual game trail.
Here we are out here in the middle of freaking nowhere trying to trap a thylacine.
We've lost it.
Yeah, we totally have.
Fried. Oh, it does smell good, except for that black one. That's burnt. Smell that, Tiger? So we'll put it up, we'll keep it hanging from this stick, or a couple of sticks.
Oh yeah.
In front of each cam.
Yep.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
I reckon.
Rob set the camera up here. I've set the bacon up here. Put a bit on the ground. This is the game trail. Just going to set up the other camera now.
Alright, I'll set these suckers and we'll get out of here. It'll get him, won't it?
It'll get him. See what tonight brings. Day 3, big gun.
It is day 3. And it could very well be Judgment Day.
Life changing.
What are we feeling? Anything taking the bacon?
Oh mate, something's got to have. We're just heading out to check the cams. Bacon there. Oh, no way.
Yep. You can smell it from here too.
That's us. There you go.
And that's last night.
Fogged up, did it? Say there was a thyla, but it's too foggy to see. Same old story.
Same thing.
Same story. Second one's still there. Bird or something flew through it. Did you see that? I thought I saw something go through.
Yeah, there was after. Might have been enough to trigger it, you reckon? If a bird flew into the frame.
Day 3 will be spent covering the last few kilometres of the river down to the ocean. We'd also be chasing some of the history of the original piners. Oh, look at this. Cool, big axe marks. One blow too.
Oh wow.
They didn't muck around, that's one solid clean blow. That'd be
4 inches?
Yeah, 4 or 5 inches deep.
Yep.
Tough coots. In the old days, the piners would harvest the huon pine logs, send them down to the river to a log boom, where they'd be collected and sent back via the ocean to Strawn. Rob was keen to find the old piners camp, which was roughly 3 miles upstream of the river from the ocean. Raft's over there, we're just about to head out and start another 6Ks for the day on the pack rafts. Ready for action, old boy?
Yeah, mate.
Have a good day.
Ready to get soaked again.
Yeah. It's funny how you get over the rafting the day before, and it's quite fun to be back in them again this morning. That's right, putting up with you for 8 hours is shocking. You can see here where they've cut one right in the middle of the river. Another one just down there. I guess they were the easy ones. Bit of an obstacle up there. I'm going to go for a little wander into the forest here. It looks really open and nice up there. With a huon at the gateway. Anyone for a vine swing? Wonder if that'd support me weight. Doesn't look like it. We're only just a few kilometres away from the coast now, but we were just absolutely in awe of the amazing scenery that we were surrounded by. This place was very remote and very untouched since the days of the old piners. How come we couldn't find this camp spot last night? Holy smokes. Parklands. It's like there's been a tribe of people living down here for 100 years. We're just admiring how open this ground is here. We've never, in all our trips, I don't think I've ever seen anything that looks like parklands like this. It's just huge big trees and open ground. Rob's woken me up. I had a little siesta in the pack raft because the sun was out and it was just too good an opportunity to pass up. And he went looking for the old piners camp. Sounds like he might have found an old hut site.
Come with me, folks, on a journey through time and space. Like all good treasure hunts, it starts with a bottle being found. And this bottle here was like stuck in that way. So that was pretty cool. And then I walked down there for 100 or 200 meters and it goes into that like parkland where we were earlier.
Yep.
So then I came back, these things sticking out.
Ah, there's some old corrugated iron. Oh yeah, it's real fine.
They made the hut out of huon pine palings.
Wow.
So it never burnt, it's just kind of fallen apart.
Elevated about 10 or 15 metres above the river down there. Come across some really cool prints here. See the tiny little claw marks there, pads, the ball of the foot. The thinking devil, but yeah, it looks really good. And then there's more over here. Where are they?
With this one over here, the toes are also spread out, but you can see more of an indentation. Let's go on vacation, son.
The river's gotten a lot bigger. We're in the tidal area now by the looks of it. It's widened right up. Close to the ocean now, boy.
You can hear it now.
It's so bizarre to be out near the ocean now after 25 k's of river and rainforest. Up in here somewhere. Shortly on arriving at the ocean, I came across an old fisherman's camp, which had been well used, and a lot of old relics were found. That'd be old, right? This will make an awesome base camp overlooking the ocean and give us a good vantage point to continue our investigation for the Tasmanian Tiger. Mouth of the Spero River. Another exciting part about being at the coast for me was the opportunity to go freediving for rock lobster and abalone.
Craton.
It's going to be cold. No wetsuit this time. Don't have a wetsuit, no flippers, just going to go skins. And I spotted a little bay over here that I'm hoping there might be cray in it. The weather's shocking and it's blowing a gale, so it might be my only chance of getting something. If we can get a couple of cray, we'll have one for dinner, and then one that we can use for bait for the thylacine out on the beach. Apparently they love the scent of them, and they used to follow the old timers back to camp up in the mouth of the Spero River. It's pretty wild in here. Gonna have to be careful. I don't have flippers, so it's going to be a bit of a chore, but we'll see how we go. All right, here we go. Woo! The water was cold, but I absolutely loved being back in the ocean. Oh, he's too small. Keep going. The ocean was fairly wild, and it was a struggle without those flippers. They're all too small, unfortunately. So far these crayfish were all too small, but I was determined for us to find something to eat. This male was too small as well. I was struggling. This male was close to being sized, but it was still not an obvious catch. Then just like that, this female could be the one. Rob's got the fire going for me. Whew. It's happy. We've got some dinner. It's dinner plate size, that sucker. It's a ripper. We'll just have to cook the cray over the open fire. We don't have a pan or anything. Use a bit of celery top pine here to cook up the ab on. We'll do it like cubes of marshmallow.
I wouldn't want to live off them.
We might if our rations run out and we don't have someone come get us. Cray will be a better meal.
I'm already over that shit.
We should have brought a pan. We could have had it. We could have been living like kings and cooked it up proper.
Well, everyone's always saying that they reckon we should go on that alone show.
Yeah.
We've pretty much just done it.
Yeah.
Except it took us 3 days to get here instead of being
3 days.
instead of being chopped in like those pussies.
Make a bit of a coal bed here. I'll cut the cray in half and we'll try and cook him on his shell. Hopefully it tastes good.
On the back of the shell?
Yeah, you normally barbecue them
Face down.
Well, you do both sides when you barbecue them, but because we don't have that luxury, we just do it on the back of the shell and cook it really well on the back of the shell.
Make sure you keep all the body parts for the thylacines.
Oh, true. Yummo. Fresh crayfish. Gonna go and set some bait up for this thylacine, set the trail cams going. on the other side over on the beach. I'm going to pack raft over. Yeah, there's prints here everywhere. Look, a lot of them are birds, but something's been running around there.
Oh yeah. Give him some of the good stuff too, homie.
Give him the good stuff.
Oh, well, that's what he's talking about. Alright, that'll do.
Dinner's served, mate. Come and get it. Look at this place though. I don't think we can lose, to be honest. About as remote as it gets too. What do you see, Captain?
Nothing much yet, mate.
Nothing happened yet.
Still a little bit earlier, I think.
Got a good vantage point up here, hidden away with our base camp. Thylacines out in the distance.
Yeah, this is the primer setup. Spero Bay, known Thylacine sightings, zero vegetation change. This lookout up here.
Night vision
Binoculars, like this is as good as it gets, baby.
You want to find a thyla, this is how you do it, alright?
There's no northeast thyla hunting going on around here.
Deep southwest, nothing less.
Dogs and beer cans and all that crap. You're gonna do it, step up to the plate and you do it properly, alright? Sick of all these half-assed mofos getting about trying to find a thyla. He says with his $200 Anaconda night vision binoculars. Feeding them crayfish.
Feeding them crays. They love the crays. They followed them back.
Yeah. No, it's actually quite genius, man. I do back this plan. I wouldn't do it if I didn't think it had a shot. It's so multi-dimensional that it's not like, alright, you just go onto the Jane and if you don't find a thyla, it's shit.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, here's the huons, here's the piners, here's like...
History's here, the stories, proper stories, you know, like from guys that genuinely seen them and not just, you know, 70s, 80s sightings out in the northeast like you were talking about. The old piners were working in amongst them every day, months on end.
I'm sure they talked about them around the camp because they weren't extinct and they would have gone, oh yeah, you know.
Hyenas, called them the hyena.
It'd just be something that some people didn't give a shit about. They'd be like, oh yeah, they're probably
as cool as a devil to them.
Yeah, exactly. Some people had seen them, some hadn't, didn't
Tigers,
phase them.
devils, yeah, quails, all the same thing. Could it be? Rob reckons there's 5. The thing is though, the devil's got 5. This is the tiger up here. What do you think, folks? These are fresh tracks as of last night. You can see the tide's gone back out now, but last night it would have been up there above Rob's footprints. Came in and went back out. They're good prints too. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's saying there's a 5th there, but I don't know. I guess one paw. I think front and back are different. Have to figure that out.
All right, so which way would you say those prints were going?
That away.
That way, right? Okay, we'll come and check this out. They're going that way, leaving.
Yeah.
Just be real careful.
The same ones.
These are the same ones.
That's got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a better shot, folks. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, now slow down around here.
Righto. Try to preserve these. We might have made history here.
See this?
Yeah.
What way are they going?
They're going the opposite direction.
They're going the opposite direction.
What do you got?
Now look at this. See that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Where the water's dripped.
That's a water drop. Now follow this. Look at that. See that?
Yeah.
See the droplet?
Yeah.
See all that?
A lot of scurrying here from the water.
Where do you think he came from?
Down to the water here. He's
Down here. He swum over.
Come across.
He's come across.
Why has he done that?
To scope us out.
He's stalking us.
To scope us out.
Why has he done that? These things. So they talked about they saw the tracks all the time, but they rarely ever seen the tiger in the flesh.
That's true. Horace Nielsen said,
They're smart buggers.
every time we went fishing, we'd pull the boat up on the sand, and without fail, we'd only be gone an hour or two, there'd be tracks leading from the boat along the sand to the rocks, and there we'd lose him. Never saw one.
We've got
Never.
the same jazz going on here.
Same jazz.
Scurried all the way up here, wet. Definitely crossed over.
If it's
Wet
not
as.
if it's not a tiger, it has to be a devil. But would a devil swim across that, dripping wet, shake itself off here?
What's happened?
and
What's
look,
happened here?
That's
Tail.
probably its tail.
Tail. Holy. What's the devil got for a tail?
Short.
Short little.
I don't think it would do this.
Wouldn't do that much of an impact.
Nah.
Oh my goodness.
This is insane. Let's go check those trail cams.
Yeah. I think Rob's just looking for these prints where he's crossed over. Cheeky.
Swam over. Oh man, look at these.
Yeah.
Beautiful impressions.
Look at those ones.
Half of them look devil, but half of them look freaking tiger. Like that to me is more devil.
Yeah, the only thing that says devil to me on this is the potato weird looking shape.
Is it?
Big imprint, but
Because that's a classic tiger there. Especially when you get that claw in it.
little claw. Oh, well, we can see where he's been.
He's coming from our trail cam.
He's left the trail, back to the camp. Then he's probably sniffed us all the way to camp. Smell Levi's dirty hands. from
Maybe
cutting
that's
that
what
cray
was
up
sniffing around camp
last night. Yeah. No, I heard something just before falling asleep last night.
Dude, whatever this is, I think we captured it on. Look, it's heading towards the trail cam. If this, we'll find out, won't we, mate? Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at those.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, what?
Trail cam's been knocked over.
Trail, what the hell? Trail cam's been knocked over.
Yeah, look at this. What's dragged?
You're kidding.
Something's got into it. Oh, turd. Look.
Yep.
Twisted Tyler turd. Maybe.
Why has the camera been knocked? This is such a joke, man. I put that in the ground so hard.
Look, he's because he's knocked it. He's come straight over. He's knocked the trail cam. Look at the trail here and the paws. He's dragged through there.
You're kidding.
The tail. That's the tail there.
4 AM.
What do you got? Oh no. Ah, devil.
It's a devil. Okay, alright, well, let's play this.
Is that just a photograph? That? Oh no, there he goes. out the camera.
He's huge.
He loves that, doesn't he? That's why we're so forward. He's such a big fat bugger. It's funny that he followed us back to camp though. He swam
over the river.
He went over the river for it. He was that.
He's massive.
Oh yeah, he's been here. He wasn't as keen on this bit. He's gone for the cray though, because the shell's been knocked off the stick. Trail cam too. It's crazy to think that that little devil had eaten our bait over there, came along here, crossed the river, and then followed his way all the way up to our camp, which is out on the point. They're certainly little scavengers, that's for sure. He followed our scent all that way. Righto, so me and Rob have branched out separately for the day. Well, not for the day, at least till lunchtime probably. I'm going to head around the point of the coast, going to head round this way on the southern side of Spero River. And Rob's going to be over on the northern side. He's going to look for any old history, or there's supposed to be an old stable or something over that way down the end of the beach. So he'll be chasing history. I'm going to be looking for cray holes, better spots that I can dive. This one was pretty good last night. It's not too bad. It'll always be a backup, but yeah, I want to see if I can find some really nice spots around the point here somewhere. I'll be chasing any history as well, so I've got the GPS and we're both going to mark off anything that we come across. We'll scurry up into the banks a bit and see what we can find. First good find of the day, look at that. That's some good heavy duty rope. Carry that out with me. Look here, we've got a big, I'm guessing it's a whale carcass. How's this for a campground? Right by a freshwater stream. Righto, I've walked about 1 kilometre around the coast now. I've got a couple of cray holes, I've marked them off. I'm going to keep going, or would like to get right around this point here. Check that out. Got me gloves. Look at the size of that for an ab. My goodness. I know, I've just spotted a ripper down in there. Hopefully I'll get him. Now we're talking. Woo! The thing about crayfish is they usually congregate together, so I decided to have another look in the same hole. It's a struggle when you've already got one large cray in hand. There was an even bigger crayfish hiding just above where the other one was sitting.
Another one! Woo! Oh, he's a ripper. Couple of big nails. Get them in the bag. Use the pack raft bag. There's one. In you go, mate. Didn't like it. Yep. Just got back to camp. I've lit the fire. I think Rob's headed up river on the pack raft for a bit of an explore. I've just hung the cray in the tree, and I might cook one up for a bit of lunch. But yeah, those crays got me pretty good. Straight through the gloves. They're the most aggressive crays I've ever had to tackle. They've got plenty of life down here at the Spero River. Oh, it's nice to feel the fire after being in that cold water. Yeah, pretty good size, these ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tassie Tiger size.
Tiger size. Got the stripes.
That's the stuff they like.
Just put the coals so they're nice and spread out. And I like your idea of adding the 2-minute noodles to the mix.
Oh, the spice?
Yeah, the spice. But what I might do is I'll cut, once I've cooked the flesh, we'll throw the meat. You could throw the meat in with the 2-minute noodles like we normally have them with, and have noodles and crayfish.
Oh yeah, nice.
That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I reckon.
That'd be the best way to have them, considering we've got, you know, like garlic and butter and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's how they'll taste best. But it's going to need a lot of coals to cook through those big buggers. Graceful. It's so hot. Getting very close to cooked, nice white flesh. We're going to cut up the cray and throw chunks of meat in with the noodles once they're done, and that way we'll have some herbs and spices to add to the flavour.
Beautiful.
Bellissimo. Mmm. Oh,
Yeah, it's a perfect way to eat it, I think. Out here, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Lazy little beggar. Snaky fired. Yeah, this looks like passage for them from where we were to right through.
ended up losing Rob and making my way back through the bush back to camp. Got the fire reignited. Rob's still out there somewhere. It'd be interesting to see how he went. He's been out there for a while now, so hopefully he's okay. I don't have to go looking for you, mate. Oh,
Found some pretty cool shit.
I lost you. I kept looking for a good probably half an hour after I lost you.
Yeah.
Searched everywhere. What'd you find?
First of all, I don't know how I came across it, but there was like this little seat hidden in this little kind of fern jungle section, a little huon pine seat on an angle.
Oh, right.
And it had these two stumps embedded in the ground, and it was tilted, and they were chainsawed, so the joints were done with chainsaw.
Right.
And then I was looking around, I found an older one that was done with an axe.
Right.
And what else was there? Like a couple of big slabs. And so those seats, the two seats, was likely the piners from the 30s, and then the guys from the 90s rocked up and they said, oh, when we were out there we felt like the piners would have been, because they were camping in the same spot.
Yeah.
So while they were there they made their own seat.
Okay, you reckon that was it then?
Pretty sure. I'll check with Ron to see if he made any of those seats or left any stuff in styro boxes, and if he didn't, that's definitely the zone.
Nice.
But haven't found a horseshoe yet.
But they could be buried anywhere since that other guy was here.
Definitely. Another day, another cray.
Don't you bump it.
Sorry, this crayfish behind me smashed me.
Just about to set up another trail cam on the southern side of camp. Thought we'd try over here. There's a lot of game trails coming down onto the beach everywhere. Got some cray meat. Woken up, it's only 1 AM and the wind's absolutely howling out there tonight. I hope I've secured that pack raft properly. Dragged away, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think the tail's
Tail's been taken. There's meat on that rock there. Tell us what happened, Rob.
Something ate the cray tail, and we can't find the clip on here because it's shot like a heap of clips that there's nothing in.
It's activated when it shouldn't have.
So
But there's a lot of clips to go through, so there could be some action in amongst one of them. If it was triggered before he actually walked into the frame. The conspiracy, these tigers are smart, is what we're finding. So are the devils. They try and take out your trail cams. Trail cam too. Not much activity on that one.
nothing for this one.
Nothing. So, went to go to the toilet, found this skull. Some teeth on it. Maybe a seal or something. So we went back and had an investigation and got some more. We grabbed the bottom jaw as well. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a seal. I think the big eye socket so close to the front teeth like that screams seal to me. Big storm rolling in. Gonna be in for a wet night, I think. It could get quite wet. We've just been setting up the flies up at camp to get ready for it. Looking a bit cozier up here. How come yours looks like a perfect neat roof line and mine's a dog's breakfast?
Yours is a diamond's brekkie. Did well considering the shape.
Well, it was a hard shape. It was just an old tent fly that I had left over. Didn't have time to grab a tarp, so might do the trick.
Because you're not undercover there.
Yes, I am. You'll see.
Okay.
We're having an argument now about who's undercover and who's not. I think the rain's coming from behind us.
Alright.
And it's just going to shoot straight from through that corner and hit you in the head.
I think it's coming from that way.
If it's coming from that way.
Which is why I gave myself more angle from that side of the
Right.
We'd spent 5 long days together. The weather was turning bad. We hadn't found anything too exciting on our trail cams, and we were just sitting ducks waiting for something to happen now. Our attitudes were still relatively good, and we did a fair bit of joking with one another, but ultimately we were chasing those better results and something solid we could take home with us.
I was going to say, it's already wet down there, so the canopy, the forest, or the scrub's already blocking a bit of it.
Already sheltered from it, eh?
Mm.
Oh well, I guess we'll see, Levi. The first one to run to their tent had the worst shelter.
First one to the tent loses. Oh, it's tough times out here at Spero Bay.
Still pretty good.
Oh, it's raining now.
Then chuck a couple more logs.
Nah, that's heaps. Just need to condense it. Been an absolutely wild night out there.
And they're still working, so that was a good sign. I don't think I would have got the same result on the coast.
So last night Rob set the trail cams up over the back of the point here in the scrub. It was a ferocious night last night, so they would have got wet and blown over probably and been triggered by everything that would have been moving in commotion. So we're just about to pack up all our gear, pack up the tents and all our rubbish and try and make it look like we haven't been here, and then we're going to head up the coast about 3.5 k's to Point Hibbs. We're going to relocate. Once we get up to Point Hibbs we'll have some fresh ground and we can start the hunt up there as well. Oh, that rock thing. Righto, rafts are packed in, back on the road again. Pretty cool to see what this coastline's like. Always wanted to see the southwest coast. nice sheltered spot here, but it's a bit of a access, bit of a challenge getting to the creek water, and just not a lot of space here, so we may head back to where we were. We're back!
We came rolling back.
8 kilometers later and we're back. 10 k's, is it?
Five to where we stopped.
Wow.
5 back.
10 k's and we're back where we started, and no, we weren't going in circles. The two creeks that we were hoping might have been good for camping weren't that good in this wind. Rob's just gone to collect the trail cam that we left yesterday, about a kilometre or so, so it'll be somewhere around that area, away from camp. He's left his pack raft over there in the distance. I'm just setting up my gear and my pack raft, because I think we're going to go on another river cruise back upstream today to check out some trails up that way. Just extend the search a bit wider and see if we can see any tracks or anything like that. Packing lighter today, but I've got everything in there I need. Doesn't want to give up that walking stick. How'd you go this morning, Sergeant?
Got one bird on the camera.
One birdie. Yeah, that's a lot of work, a lot of walking for one bird, isn't it?
Oh, took me like half hour each way.
Yeah, it was a fair distance.
Yeah,
Over a
how
K.
far away it was.
It was over a K&a-half, I think.
Day 7 was nice. It was good to be back in the raft exploring, and also to be drinking fresh water again, a little less salty than that near the sea. I discovered an old bridge on the old Piners Trail.
Looking for an old horse track. Pack track. You guys won't see it on this, but there's a perfect little track straight down through there, and we've just started spotting all these cut off huon stumps everywhere. Look at this big log sitting here. So the question is, where did it go here? It looks like it just went around this, and it's going down this little bank here. Look here, mate, there's an old bridge. Another old bridge here. Yeah, a basic one that they've heaped up.
Oh yep.
See that?
Definitely.
Clear as day.
I'd say that we're on the track then, mate.
It's cool.
That's awesome.
And we also came across a massive huon pine tree
That's a beast.
that would have to have been around 3,000 years old.
Get you standing.
Massive that is.
That is a ripper. We keep saying ripper. Ripper's the word of the day. That is huge though.
This has got to be at least 3,000 years old, surely.
Yeah.
It's so big and gnarly.
There's one more big boy under the huon. Day 7 of setting trail cams.
Alright, you said it was only ankle deep. Let's see you walk it.
Alright, here we go. So far it hasn't even hit me ankles. Not even knee deep. Told you.
The whole time we've been pack rafting across that for a week. What the hell?
That could get in the ocean.
What do you mean, could?
Well, this is the tide line still.
This isn't here, is it?
Yes.
Ah.
The last few teaspoons of hot cocoa. Sad moment. over.
I'll put some wine in.
Got the gas down. Oh, I didn't have to run out.
Don't come running to me when the chocky runs out.
Famous words of Reg Morrison. We all had our rations. Day 8 is great, because day 9 we go home. You still alive out there, mate? Alright, today's agenda. Just finished having brekkie. We are going to head down the south from camp, so we're going to go that way around the rocky point. We're going to head right down to Endeavour Bay. I think there's a big rocky outcrop. We're not sure if we can get round it yet, but yeah, we like a challenge, so we'll see how we go on that. I'm going to be looking for cray holes to dive on the way down, and might try and get some more dinner tonight, something a bit fresher than 2-minute noodles and freeze dried. So wish us luck, should be a good day, never know what we'll find. Let's go. The weather's absolutely awesome today. Doesn't get much better than that on the west. Nice and glassy out the back. What do we got here? Ooh, yeah, it could be decent out the back there, just in front of the swirl. Look at that one! Woo! Some big waves out there. Perfect break for surfing. So clear, that water, look at it. Got to jump in. Oh, he went to hide under rock. Wow, someone wrote my name in some huon pine. What a find, gee. Some awesome little devil prints. Time to cook dinner. So tonight's our last night at camp. We're going to go set the trail cams again for the last time. Going to put out the leftover scraps from the crayfish, and yeah, hopefully tonight's the night, the very last night. Right, day 9, today we go home. But before we do that, we've got to check these trail cams for the last time. We're lucky because we're being picked up by boat by Sam and Sean, the Garrity brothers. Beautiful morning. We've been lucky with the weather. We'll be able to pack raft out to the middle of the bay, and they're going to pick us up out there once we get out away from the break. Let's check these trail cams. First trail cam coming up. Oh no, hasn't been moved.
Unfortunately, after 9 days of searching, we were unable to find any conclusive evidence of the ongoing existence of the Tasmanian tiger. However, we certainly had the trip of a lifetime.